Hey guys, welcome back. My name's Stu, and this is Crater Lake for Rollercoaster Tycoon Classic. A large lake in an ancient crater is the setting for this park. Your objective, to have at least 1,300 guests in your park at the end of October year 3 with a park rating of at least 600. So not a huge goal then, but we are going to be building primarily on water, which is going to be a bit more expensive than normal. So we've got free entry, so we're going to be charging for the rides. It looks like the entrance is down there, sort of hidden away by the rocks. So let's have a look, see what we got. Then we've got a couple of a couple of transport rides. A lot of gentle rides, but most of them are tracked, so that could be an issue. Although we got quite a bit of water rides, so that'll be handy then. Not a bad selection of coasters. Some thrill rides, we've seen those, and not a bad selection of shops, but I think let's go all in on shops just for nowsies for probably the first year. So what we'll do then is we'll do like a giant boardwalk style park. So we'll just start building the pathing out, put rides on the inside and the outside, and just continue like that. Yeah, I think that's basically what we're going to do. October year 1, 635 guests in the park. So we're about halfway to the goal. We're only a third of the way through the time. We're up to our maximum on the lawn because, as I said, building on water is quite expensive. But the ride tickets are starting to come in. We've got a coaster down now, so we should start getting some decent cash. So let's have a look then. We've got observation tower just there. And then we've got water ride just down here, going around the back of the merry-go-round. And then just down here, then we've got a twist just down there, and we've got the sort of the water tracks going around the back of there. Toilets and kiosks on corners and junctions and that sort of thing. Putting down loads of shops in blank spaces and things like that. Got some seating areas. And then we've got a swan boat just going round the outside of this mini coaster just there called Pocket Rocket. Decent stats on that. So I figured it'd be kind of nice to have a little bridge for the coaster to go underneath as well. Now, we have had a bit of sad news as well. So let's have a look. There you go. Mechanic 2 drowned. Mechanic 2 was only with us for a short period of time. And we are going to use this experience to instigate new safety protocols within the park. So when we onboarded Mechanic 2, we did it on one of the boardwalks. I think they slipped off and fell and drowned. And even though they had told us that they could swim, obviously they couldn't. But we won't dwell on that too much. So from now on, when we take on new staff and we onboard them, we're going to do it on this little island here on the path there. That way, if they fall off the path, they're still on that little island. So that should be fine. But one thing we do need to do is we do need to write a letter of condolence to Mrs. Mechanic 2 and their son, Mechanic 2 Jr. as well. And I think what I'll do as a gesture of goodwill, when I finished with the park, I will give the park to their family so that they're set for life. So, yeah. So hopefully we won't have any more dramas. And yeah, I think the general plan now is to continue as we are. We're going to switch our research into thrill rides. Continue with the power of loops as I'm doing. With coasters and things, put down some thrill rides as and when they pop out. Maybe try and focus on some of the rides that we don't normally build, like these. And yeah, just see what we can do. And let's not forget, we're doing it for Mrs. Mechanic 2 and Mechanic 2 Jr. October year 2, 1,254 guests in the park, so we've already exceeded the goal. But we've had more sad news this year. It's very, very rare for this to happen, let alone twice in a row. So as you can see, Mechanic 4 has drowned. And this one is a result of a glitch in the game where sometimes if you put sloped pathing after an exit, when the worker comes out of repairing the ride, they can sometimes glitch through and fall into the water. Now, I did have some land. I have got some land underneath that path, so I thought we were okay. Obviously not. So hopefully that won't happen again. It is a complete freak of nature for that to happen. Something fairly random that we normally don't have. So what I'm going to do with this now is when we finish the park, I know I was going to leave it to the family of Mechanic 2, but we're also going to have to leave it to the family of Mechanic 4. So Mrs. Mechanic 4 and Mechanic 4 Junior also set up for life. So we're going to have to go overboard, if you pardon the pun, on making sure that the park is very, very successful. We're still up to the 22,000 loan. We are going to pay that back. I mean, it's 10% interest. That's kind of high. We are going to pay that back. Don't worry, we're not going to leave them in debt. So let's see the additions then. So we've got another park loop here with a go-kart just around the Enterprise down there. Maybe the Enterprise is too expensive. No one going on it. Have to drop that price. And then just down here then we got a steeplechase called Water Horse. Decent stats on that, guess loving it. And then over here then we've got Creator Mining Corp. Good stats on there, guess loving that. Look at all those queue lines. And then we've got a roto drop there, just adding to the pocket rocket, so it goes around the outside of the roto drop and then under the bridge as well of the exit. So well, that's an entrance. That should be fine with the slope. Yeah, anything else? Oh, we got some pirate ships and another little boat ride there, rowing boats just there. So we're doing all right. I think what we'll do now is we'll switch our research into roller coasters. We haven't even covered the half of the lake. We're probably about 40% covered, maybe 35, 34.7% covered at a guess. Not to be too specific, but probably. Yes, so I think we're going to have a good solid year of building coasters now, because we want to get that loan cleared. And then after that, then I think we're probably still not going to be finished. So we are going to have to continue for the memory of Mechanic 2 and Mechanic 4. We're going to do it for them and their family, and Little Mechanic 2 Junior and Little Mechanic 4 Junior as well. October year 3, almost 1,500 guests in the park. We needed 1,300, so we're going to beat the goal. The rating's almost on maximum, so we're fine as well. We've got 25,000 there. Let's pay that loan back. There you go. Awesome. Cool. Done. Awesome. Let's have a look then. So the new additions to the park, just over here, we've got a vertical drop coaster called Kraken. Nice stats on that. Running 3 trains. Just drops down there. Up. Back down. Nice diagonal through the loop. Cool. And then it comes back down. Tight bend and then a brake run. Nice, guess loving that. And then over here, we've got a suspended swinging coaster that's broken down. We'll come back to that. And then over here, we've got a stand-up coaster, one of the old style stand-ups called Banshee. Decent stats there. Guests, not loving it so much. I mean, not many people are going on it because it's probably right at the back of the park. So, once they find their way up here, they will go on it. But for now, it's a little quiet. So it comes up, drops down, got the loop, and then the second loop, and then goes back around, corkscrew over the station, photo section, and then through both the loops and back. I just needed a way to get it back to the station. I figured we could just go. I could have gone over the track here, maybe a head chopper. Probably would have looked a bit nicer. And then back to the station there, yeah. And then over here, then we've got a few water rides. These ones I had saved. So this one is called Flumin' Heck. So it's a Mobius log flume design. I'll have to share this at some point. I think maybe over that weird time between Christmas and New Year where everyone's sort of got loads of free time. Maybe I'll start work on the park I was meant to be doing, the Groundhog Grove Park, where I basically put rides in and then share the designs. And then over here, then we've got this one here. It's two different rides called Ring-a-Dingy, both called Ring-a-Dingy, but it's two separate rides set to synchronize. So you get that synchronization bonus. Nice stats on that. Running 13 boats on this one. How many on this one? 20 boats on this one. This is the one. Can't remember the park we built it on, but I messed up the no entry signs on the back, and we ended up with like a peep trap, and that trashed the rating. But we managed to do it okay on this one. So yeah, I'll share this one as well at some point. So this is pretty cool. Oh, it is working. The suspended swinging coaster is working. It's called Swinger. Decent stats on that. So it comes out, drops down, around the bend. Back up over the station. And we done it. Stew. Mechanic orphans. Yeah, cool. Awesome sauce. Right, what have we got? Vertical views. I've gone completely blank as to what that one is. I can't remember what it was as well. Okay, yes, so we've got to carry on building then. We've got so much space. So I've done the paving ready. I'm not sure what I'm going to put in the middle. Let's have a look. We've got space for. We've got a space there for a small coaster, so that could be like a Virginia Reel or a mouse coaster. And then we've got two larger spaces there. Let's have a look. What have we got? We haven't got one of them. Oh, hang on, one of them. Or one of them. We haven't got a junior coaster. So for the larger spaces, we'll probably go for 1, 2, and then one of these. And then we can put one of the other ones in the smaller one. We have got a wooden coaster. I was thinking maybe we could have the wooden coaster going around the outside. But we do also have a train, so maybe I'll use the train to go around the outside. That'd be kind of cool. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to crack on with the building because we need to get this park pumping. We're up to 10,000 a month on ride ticket sales, so that's great. Because we do want to help those kiddies out and the widows as well of Mechanic 2 and 4. We need to sort out some sort of fund for them and pass the park on to them. But before we do that, we need to get a nice big team in park, one where we've got thousands and thousands of guests and the money's rolling in. March, year 6, the number of guests in the park has fallen somewhat, but we have taken remedial action and they are starting to climb again. All the loan is paid off. We've got a load of money in the bank and we've got a lot of new rides as well. So some of the older coasters I've reduced down to £5. Some of the flat rides have been reduced down to free. Let's have a look at some of the new additions then. So we've got a Virginia Reel just here called Rip Curl. Decent stats on that. Very simple design. I haven't gone too extravagant with any of the new coasters, to be honest, or any of the new rides. I filled it up enough that I'm happy to hand it over to the families of Mechanic 2 and 4, but it's still not finished, so there's plenty of work for them to do, and once they're old enough, Little Mechanic Junior 2 and Little Mechanic Junior 4 can continue this park. Yeah, so I've got the train. I don't know if I like it. I don't know. I did it around the outside, and after the wooden coaster, I rejigged it slightly in order to get the wooden coaster to finish off better. I can't say I'm 100% thrilled with it. One thing I am surprised by is the amount of roller coasters. Have we finished doing them all? No, still more to come out. Look at all the roller coasters that there are available to build. on this level. And do you know what? I was thinking that if I was looking for a sandbox to play, I know it's not a sandbox, but if I was looking for a level to play, to make like my own sort of park from scratch again as like a complete kind of like a sandbox, I think I would choose this one, but I would get rid of the water. So I wouldn't use any cheats or anything. I would do that I'd actually pay to do that, so it would add to the challenge, and then build directly onto the floor. I think it would be a lot cooler. But anyway, I digress. Where were we up to? Continuing to win loads of awards. We've got a what's this called? Beer river rafts down there. Why don't you guess going on it? It's £1. I mean, come on, guys. So we've got one of these. I always confuse them. It's a laydown coaster. Decent stats on that. So it comes up, drops down slightly into a dive loop, back around, a load of barrel roll spam, and then back to the end. I would say guess 11, but where are they all? They're all stuck down here. I think maybe having the train wasn't a good idea because there's so many guests. How many are on it? There's only 24 guests on there. Where are all the guests? Oh, there you go. They're all stuck in line for 3D Cinema 1. Okay, so we've seen the suspended swinging coaster. Next to that, then we've got the wild mouse. So at this point, I'm just fitting them in as and where I can. So this one's called Creator, but look what I've done with the text. I've made it so that the rat part is capitals, because that's the sort of thing a park would do. Did we see the looping coaster? It's a shuttle design called the Creator Monster. Decent stats on that. Just shoots you out 2 loops, first spike, and then the rear spike. So 4 inversions in all. We've seen the stand-up before, and then we've got a junior coaster just down here called Crater Skater. Kind of like a pond skater, but in a crater. Decent stats on that. Makes use of the boost sections. If we had more guests in the park, it would probably have gone by now. And then we've got a Giga Coaster just here. So what I was thinking of with this was to have like a multi-launch system. But it hasn't quite worked because I haven't got enough space. I think if I did have more space, I would have it that a bit steeper. So it would go up, it would fall back, go up the back bit, fall back, and then get the boost to go over the rest of the track. But no, we don't want to do that. Right. And then back. I don't think the park has turned out very nicely, I'll be honest with you. We've got a hairpin coaster just here. It's hard to get the parks to look nice when we're building it on water like this. Another thing, again, hindsight, I think it would have been cool if, bearing in mind, we didn't need the whole of the park, the whole of the map to do the goal. I think if we'd have come out to maybe to where the Swan Boat station is, and imagine like a line from one side to the next, and have that as land, raised land, and that could be the park, and then that would then front onto kind of like a lake. Well, it would be a lake, wouldn't it? It'd be the rest of Crater Lake. But I think that would have looked quite cool. Yeah, what else? What else have we built but not? I haven't shown you. The wooden coaster. Yes. Anything else? No, I think that's it. Oh, we've got this. No, we've seen the main. No, we haven't. Have we seen this one? We have seen this one. Yeah, we've seen this one. I'm sure there was another mouse coaster as well. No. Okay, and all this moving around probably isn't helping the algorithm. Do you know what? I don't think this park has turned out well. It's hard to get it to look good when there's so much water around. When it's on land, it's easy. You can just put down some shrubs and some bushes, and you can even just paint the land. So you can give it to just painting it from that color to that color makes a massive difference. But when it's on water, it's difficult. So we got a wooden coaster here called Impact. So it just takes you up, drops you down, a bit of spaghetti, and then back to the station. Added a little bridge section just there. Only running the one train because honestly the park just is not busy enough to warrant any more. I do quite like the stand-up coaster. Again, it does need a bit of optimizing. I think I don't like the return through the loops. If I could optimize that and better, I think this would be a pretty cool design. I mean, it's not that bad as it is, but yeah, so I think we're done now. We haven't had any more incidents since the tragic drowning of Mechanic 4, and that was due to a glitch in the game. And before that, the tragic drowning of Mechanic 2, who was only with us very briefly. I think I put him down on the wrong tile, and he fell into the water and drowned. Yeah, because on the application form it did say he could swim, but obviously he couldn't. Or maybe the water's toxic. Oh, that's something we could have done, couldn't we? Yeah. So anyway, yeah. Again, mixed feelings about this one. I mean, we done the goal, which is great. But I don't think the park looks too good. I'll be honest with you. Hopefully the next one will look a lot better. So this was Crater Lake then. We needed 1,300 guests and we did that. And now I'm going to do the outro. And after that, I'm going to sign over the papers. And then the ownership of this park will belong to the family of Mechanic 2 and Mechanic 4. I've been Stu. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Bye.